guys, Mika here, and I have some special guests with me. I have Forsaken, Devi, and Mindfreak from PRX, and we're going to be playing a little game. Very curious, who is the best artist among the three of you?
Probably
Mindfreak.
Okay, he can stay over there because we're going to be playing a popular drawing game in which I will be given a word and then I am going to draw what I think, my interpretation, my special interpretation of that word, show it then to Forsaken, who will then have his own interpretation of my interpretation, who will then show it to Devi, and then eventually we will get to Mindfreak, who will try and guess what it is. Let's have our first word. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah. Are you artists ready? All right. Face the side of the room. Okay. All right. Are you ready? You have 10 seconds to complete this drawing. All right.
Okay.
2, 1. All right. Time's up.
Oh my
You
goodness.
should show it
I think it's
to
so deep.
the audience.
Okay.
And now, Devi, are you ready?
Yep.
Take a look at Jason's drawing. And your time starts now.
Oh, I think I messed it up
I
actually.
don't know what you. I don't know.
2 and 1. Boards up. Please show the audience.
I don't know.
Can I see? What is
I
it?
don't know. He drew like this.
Okay, Mindfreak, can you take a look at this? What is it? What have we done?
My team, PRX.
Oh my gosh!
Oh.
Can we accept that? Yes? Yes? Do we have that? Yes! Oh my gosh,
Oh.
it made it! It made it! It was the PRX
I
logo.
was the Bryce.
Hey,
That's
my,
easy,
my
right?
start was pretty good.
At least we got the RX part.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's important. That's important. All right.
Not too
Next
bad.
word. Are you guys ready?
Next word.
Okay.
All right. Are you
Ready.
ready? Please draw. Please still let me keep my job. All right. Forsaken,
Yeah.
please draw this.
Oh.
Your timer starts now. 3, 2, 1. All right.
Okay.
Devi, please draw this.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Please show the audience. What can I see? And
think it's
Mindfreak, please take a look at this. What is it?
Come on, man.
Trophy. Champions trophy.
Okay, Champions Trophy. See, we're connecting. We're connecting here. Even though I'm trying to troll them. What is this?
Baseball bat, man. Baseball bat.
All right, we have our
Okay.
final word. Final word. Okay, let's have it. Are you ready, gentlemen?
Hi.
Okay.
Okarimasu.
Okay. All right. Jason.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
I think I already know. what it
5,
is.
4,
I think I already
3,
know.
2, 1.
No way. No way you get this right. Oh.
All right. Devi, are you prepared?
Yep.
I drew too late.
10 seconds on the clock. 5, 4, 3,
I don't know, man. What is it?
2, 1. All right. Please show the
No,
audience.
man. They
Please
drew
show,
this.
please show our viewers. What is?
I don't know.
What
it's
is it?
Some seaweed. Like,
What
I don't know.
is that?
I don't know.
Aaron.
They drew this.
Aaron,
It wasn't me, man.
I'm giving you the answer.
Leaf.
What?
I don't know what the fuck is this. Wait, one more guess, one more guess. Home.
Home?
House. I don't know. House.
Okay, so the answer was wingman.
Oh,
That's-
man.
that's a wing-
Wait, what is no? What is this?
I don't know what that is. What is that?
You drew also.
It was a spike. It's the spike. Brilliant. It's a spike.
spike.
I thought it was some flag
No,
or
he's
something.
carrying. He's happy to carry
Okay,
it.
okay.
Well,
Look at this. It looks like a snail, bro.
yeah.
Or something.
Okay, this is a really terrible team, but the good news is that these guys are even better on that stage. So best of luck to you guys. We fail at this game, but you
Yeah.
guys won't fail in the other.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone, to Day 8 of Champions Tour, and our second elimination match of the day. It's going to be PRX taking on FUT Esports. Of course, Golden Boy here alongside Baby Bay and Mimi as we break everything down. But before we dive into that real quick, I just want to, give, of course, the flowers of Vitality. That was just beautifully done from them. Shut down, even when things looked like it was going to take a turn for the worse, maybe. Vitality managed to dig deep.
Yeah, Remy had a great showing on Raze for the first time, but it was the anchoring that was insane.
Yeah, incredible stuff. But let's go ahead and talk about what we see here right here and now. PRX took on G2, and Mimi, this is crazy to think that PRX could be in a position. Our champions finalists last year might not be able to make it because of just some weird gameplay, honestly. It didn't really feel like we were seeing
I think they played the way that PRX has played all year,
yeah.
but I don't think that's good enough to beat a team like G2. I think they got stylistically outmatched in this game, and PRX obviously have aspirations to be much better than that. The last time they were on a champion stage was in the finals. They thought it was going to be Jing's last game, and they come back, they get him back in the roster for this year with very high expectations, and now is a chance to show it at a global. They've only won 2 global matches this year, one against EDG, one against Loud, but they have aspirations of going on another run like they did at Champions last year, but they have to win this elimination match to even have a chance to start that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team of absolutely phenomenal players. Guys who should be lifting a trophy over their head, Baby Bay, but it just has not happened for them.
Some of the most mechanically talented players we've seen in this game of Valorant. I mean,
100%.
if not the best currently. Honestly, they're ridiculous. Osboss is up there with them. But they have a good chance now. They struggle against teams that have really good macro. FUT this year, I feel like
we saw against G2.
Exactly. FUT this year, I feel like I've taken a little bit of a step back. So this is a really good opportunity to keep their foot in the door in this tournament.
Yeah, well, we'll see, of course, how this all plays out. We'll send it over to Yinsu. Actually had an opportunity to get a quick word with Divai ahead of today's matchup.
I'm honored to be here with the one and only David, or some of you might know him as Divai. I wanted to ask you, what do you think about that nickname? And also, this is your 10th global event. You've been here many, many times. So how do you feel about the growing support as well and having a lot of streamers being super, super excited about your performance?
I mean, it's great to have people supporting us, and also, I mean, now I'm known as David. I mean, thanks to Pujan, and I mean, I'm actually loving it a lot. And yeah, I mean, our 10th time, hopefully this time, right?
You got it. 10 times the lucky. Trophies coming home?
Nah.
No, good luck today, Divai. Good luck.
Okay, so definitely the
His
realist.
reply is nah.
Nah. Hey, you're going to win this event? Nah.
To be fair, when they went on their run in Champions, it's not like they were going around saying they were going to make a run happen.
That's true.
They've never been that team to boast.
Feels like every single time they go on a run, it's always the same thing. So, maybe that's what they're trying to do. A little reverse, good luck, if you will.
Relieve some of that pressure, because it's a lot of pressure right now. You're in the lower bracket elimination. You have such high expectations. Everyone knows you're a beast, but I mean, FUT, they ran into a different beast of EDG. And
indeed they did. It was not pretty for FUT. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. FUT had moments where it looked like they could very well keep competitive in this one. But, I mean, look, Baby Bay, they're going to need to step up. CNATE especially.
Yeah, not only seen it, but it was the defensive side.
Oh, yes.
That was the biggest struggle. They only got 4 rounds on each map on defense against EDG. And yeah, they slowly crawled their way back in on the attacking side. But you cannot be doing that in a tournament like this where the stakes are this high.
Yeah, you absolutely can't. I think that FUT had opportunities in that game. They actually did pretty well in the gun rounds, but they lost every single pistol in that game. And I mean, you can't really win series doing that when you're against a closely matched opponent.
Yeah, not a game like Valorant where it's so snowbally. It matters so much. And if you give those rounds to PRX, who will get confidence from them.
And I think that is something kind of similar between EDG and PRX. Both these teams are real confidence teams that once they get that ball rolling, the momentum can be huge, especially when some of these star players on PRX start to heat up.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, here's cracks on what went wrong in that matchup for FUT in this Omen player moment.
Ben Krax, Doğukan Krax Balaban, FUT Esports'ta support rolünde oynuyorum. O yüzden şu an aldığımız ilk yenilgi beklediğimiz bir sonuç değildi. Ama şu an daha her şey bitmedi. O yüzden üstüne koyarak devam etmeye çalışacağız. Yani büyük konuşmayı sevmem ama büyük ihtimalle kırılma anını veya pistol alsaydık kazanabileceğimizi düşünüyorum. Oynadığımız oyunda neyleri yanlış yaptığımızı gördük. Küçük hataları değiştirirsek ve özgüvenli bir şekilde oynarsak yenebileceğimizi düşünüyorum. Çünkü bizim takım olarak günümüz diye bir kavramımız var. Ve günümüzde olduğu zaman kimse karşımıza duramıyor ama diğer türlü biraz daha geride kalıyor takım. Sadece günün gelmesini bekleyeceğiz.
Now know exactly where Cned is. Kang sport up, chewed up. At least by the trap, falling in a bit of danger. The paranoia is good though with that connection after struck. He's going to be dodged. He needs some help from the rest of his team, and the overdrive is just swatted away.
Dediğim gibi büyük konuşmayı sevmiyorum. Sahnede görüşelim. Destekleriniz için çok teşekkürler. Champions'a şu an istediğimiz gibi başlayamadık ama yani çok çalıştığımızdan ötürü ben ilerleyebileceğimizi düşünüyorum ve sizin desteklerinizi de arkamızda hissediyoruz. Desteklemeye devam edin lütfen.
Of course, for this FUT team, right, not only are they playing for themselves, they also play for, you know, the Turkish region of Valorant as well. Let's not forget about that. But one player, Cracks, I mean, he was certainly a bright spot for this team. He had some moments, you know, on the initiator role where he was bringing some value to the FUT boys that were keeping them in this matchup against EDG, Baby Bay.
Yeah, it was insane. I mean, he had pop-off moments left and right. First bloods aplenty for the side of FUT. And the problem was, they couldn't convert. They had 26 first bloods in 2 maps, and they couldn't win.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's insane. I think that the fundamentals in some of those late rounds were really causing them problems, and the EDG individuals were taking those risky plays that I think they became known for, but largely they were finding that success. I think when I think of FUT, I feel like they're a pretty inflexible team. They have their set ideas, they have their set comps. A lot of time it's unique. They're like the only team in the event only playing Jett and Raze in that duelist slot, and I feel like when they get hit by these teams who have a more chaotic style like EDG and like who they're going to play in PaperX today, they can struggle sometimes, so they're really going to have to be on their A game if they want a chance against this PRX roster today.
We've seen this FUT team dig deep in the past. We've seen them pull off some incredible stuff.
We've seen the history before, but the last time these 2 teams played, it was PaperX who took the win and went on their run at Champions.
Well, let's go ahead and meet the players as we bring out PaperX and FUT to the stage.
FUT Sports. PRX.
A lot of pressure for both of these teams here. PaperX, they were our finalists of Champions 2023. And for FUT, that same event saw them go through an incredible run of their own. To lose here today, to be sent home here and now, would be an absolute heartbreaker for both teams.
That was the breakout event for FUT when they proved that they could do it on a global stage. They got put down by PaperX, eliminated in the game after that. Both these teams are searching for another run, another opportunity to prove that they're not just a team that can attend globals, but who can play well, who can go deep in the playoffs.
Well, what do we think about this series layout here? We got Sunset, Vine, and if necessary, Lotus.
I am so shocked that FUT decided to pick Sunset into PRX.
That's crazy.
And PRX are 15-3 on the map this year.
Oh, wow.
15-3. They've only lost 3 times on this map this year. It's crazy. They must have some good anti-stratting going on, because if not,
or a death wish.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly my point.
But there has to be a reason for it. There has to be a reason for it. They have to feel, you know, some kind of confidence on this map here, Mimi, if they felt the need to go for it right out of the gate.
Sure. I mean, you talk about the year-long streak. They're on a 7-map winning streak here as well. PaperX play a bit of a unique composition. They're one of the few teams bringing out the Sage on this map with the Gecko Breach combination as well. And I think really some of the strengths of it, their attacking sides. They have a lot of oomph with that double initiator comp to get into space. And then their post plans are killer with the Sage wall, the stage slow. It disrupts the normal timings defenders want to play around when they're setting up for retakes.
And if there's one thing we know about FUT, it's, you know, throw a wrench into the spanner can sometimes throw you off there a little bit.
That's the saying.
Yeah. Throw a wrench into the spanner? I don't know.
Spanner into the works.
Yeah, that old chestnut. All right, there he goes, the agents. Let's see. Well, not much on the way of changes here that we're going to see, but of course, you know, Baby Bay, I mean, this is it, right?
Yeah, I mean, nothing new from the side of both teams. We expected this going into it. FUT, the last 2 times they played Sunset, it was some very, very close games. One was against Fnatic, and the other one was against Heretics. It was OT losses in both, I believe, or maybe a 13-11 in one of them. So it's not like they're, like, not good at Sunset. it's just, I mean, look at the stats.
Yeah, my question is around the defensive side. What is their solution? If you're a team who wants to play into the Flood retake against PRX, which is Breach Gecko comps normally like to do, that's really hard playing into the Sage. Are they going to go for a lot of kind of like heavy sight anchoring more? So they have to have something cooked up here. If not, they're madmen for picking this map against PaperX.
Well, let's see if the bold strategy pays off, Kai, and that's what I want to know. We're ready for map 1, and we're going to hand things over to your casters for this. It's, of course, Pansy and Steel.
Thank you, GB and the desk, and you're spot on here. I think they alluded to a lot of the points we were leaning on earlier, and we were discussing ourselves. These are playoff quality teams meeting up here in the group stage, and only one can carry on. Again, a reminder, PaperX made it to those Champions finals before, fell just short. But still, they made it that far. And on the other side, you got CNED. The man's got the trophy. He's been there as well. But now, as said, only one can live. Josh coming into this map pool got the analyst desk a little bit twisted on this one. So tell me, what does FUT need to do here? If you're walking into this, you've got PaperX with an exceptionally good record. Surely they can tighten something up here.
It's wild that we're seeing these teams on the elimination, not even a decider. It's on, I think, Yeduje is so impactful for FUT on the defense, and we need to be able to see CNED getting conversions with his op. He was not hitting any of the shots before. It's on him now. Fast opening.
Yeah, great start for him there. A little bit of a confidence boost, but they're brawling, and you can expect this throughout the game. No one is going to come away unscathed from this. Yes, one will be alive, but they will be battered, bruised, and broken by the end of this game. First blood drawn, something's gone down, but PaperX going to continue that pathing towards the A site. Was reticent in approach, happy to continue along this. CNED sitting a little bit safer, just shouldering the angle. Paint Shell going to go in. That could be quite nasty if it does manage to catch. No, respecting it enough to fall away, but they're buying a lot of time here.
10 seconds for Forsaken to get stun up, but already closing the gap is Attacaptain in the back lines. They have everyone contained right now. This Sage Wall is everything in this hit. Otherwise, the stacks here for FUT, they should be converting this round. The stun line already pinged. On paper. Stun line already pinged. Sage Wall ready to be placed, probably towards spawn.
I'm looking at Mr. Fallen, who might get isolated by this. There comes a stun. He's the most vulnerable person now. Dealt with. Jing, perfect. Almost on the follow-up towards Cracks. And he's going to chase that down. He wants in. Wingman going to be pretty much evaded, and the plant's gone in. Even with all that information, PaperX able to bring this back to a 4v4.
All four.
HP as well, though. Paranoia goes in. No one can pressure it until then. Yellowjay takes away Forsaken. Jing with a quick up and over. Still firing. Still doing what he can, but FUT are in the door now. Devi in a 1v2. He got the first, he needs 2 more. Cracks is low, 10 HP. Desperate to try and catch him, but Wingman gonna be evaded again. 3 more bullets and another body found. A 1v1, he spotted him. And now the pressure's on Yellowjay. The Sheriff, a little sweaty in his hand, getting a little more nervous. Devi doing the dance. Around we go, buying time. Seconds on seconds, he's done so well. You may know what they're doing, but you still can't handle it. PaperX with the first.
Brings a whole new meaning to Dirty Dancing right there around that box. Just playing it so safe, playing that time, and again, FUT's gonna lose another pistol round in a 2 versus 1 situation. This happened against EDG on Lotus as well, and it didn't set them the pace that they needed. It ruined their economy. They didn't get that op-out on CNED, which is one of the win conditions. And here, yeah, I mean, man, that's a 5-on-4 that FUT had. They had that early opening pick. Like, these are all the things that FUT needs to be able to do better this time around than the last time we saw them here.
It's a quick reminder of some of the earlier problems, right? You kind of dream of being able to have those positions and all of that, you know, I guess, on paper win cons, but it's PaperX. There's always something about them. But danger here, Jing, going to handle it well, and something to follow up, really securing that forward positioning on he's just running through him. It's just pistols, it's fine, but it's confidence. And when we talk about the impact of confidence, you look at these two teams quite specifically as well. Both respond well to it, both look to kind of harness that moving forward, feel out the game early, and of course a lot of teams would love to have that, you know, get confident early, get your players active. But you look at the likes of CNED, Jing, either side obviously, but a very similar coin that you're looking at.
FUT is, as you are completely right, they are hugely momentum-based. I wouldn't start getting nervous right now. Yeah, it's a flawless round, but it's still very early in. We're only talking about round 2 here, okay? We're going into this is the first test, this is the first gun round. There's no op going to be on the board, no economy to really deal with that. FUT, I think, probably just want to make sure that they can pick up a few rounds to work with. Their attack side, controlling the pace of the game is going to be something that they're going to look forward to. So it's about surviving into that second half. If FUT is able to pick up this map, this is probably their only real chance at winning the entire series, I think. So they need to make sure that round by round, they're setting the tone and they're not letting PRX run away with just everything, just creating chaos and getting away with it.
They thrive in it. And PACIFIC throughout the map now. They've shown presence towards A off the back of the Dizzy. Orb collected over towards B, so a couple of question marks placed, but the one-way still in position. You've got a shouldering of the angle from Captain, and the showstopper is indeed here. Jing going to try and levy the odds. Even with the weaker weapons, run, Mr. Fallen, run. How far can you make it? He wants you! Heat-seeking doesn't land! YellowJ keeps them safe. So already the site does get given up, though, so a little bit of a trade-out. The Danger Man really is Divine out. Mind Freak, yes, has a Bulldog too. And the overwhelm towards, well, CT, it's just a brutal battle. The Cracks is winning. Clearing through, leaving just Divine now in a 1v4. Incredibly difficult and already tagged up. And the swing, perfect. FUT, you can already hear it.
I heard the Cracks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's YellowJ.
Is that YellowJ?
Yeah, the Balrog just battle cry. You'll hear it every time. So Diffuse is there, they get away with it. One player lost. Investment of the ult from Jing. You'll be happy with this if you're FUT.
Really happy with this, considering how their retakes went in the previous series against EDG. This is a night and day difference. This is what they need. They not only won the round, but they won with 4 alive. I have no idea how this guy's getting away from that showstopper, but somehow he does it. And now this is test number 2. Can FUT keep...
There he is.
FUT need to get this map, but something's got that up. Okay, attack side, Gecko up. Contact in.
I'm interested to see how well that works here. YellowJ is a pretty good, safe pair of hands. If you look at him kind of being a bit of a rock for this team, he can absolutely be that. So got to be on red alert. Already a little bit of a deeper look for FUT over down towards kind of A main. They're just going to leave, I think, out of Captain there, refreshing that one way. They can loosen up one of the players to maybe hit a rotate early.
No Soba on the side of PRX means that this trip, you basically need to use paint shells to take care of it.
Very tricky.
Unless you walk all the way out, basically.
Yeah.
Ah!
And that's the operator shown in a quick evacuation to make sure they don't get caught on the counter swing. Dizzy goes up. Mosh to be sent, but YellowJ threads the needle. He finds a pixel out of place, and that's Jing. Gonna somewhat deny that early springboard forward. Mr. Fallen has to swing and fight. Manages to keep himself standing, but now the pressure's starting to mount here. This is that bloody battle we're talking about. The rotations are coming in, but Devi keeps some pressure off them, keeping it at a 4v4. Plants in play. Market gonna be denied by the wall, at least for now. Dizzy sent on the other side to clear through close on site, but catching Forsaken, trying to backpedal. Stunning work from CNED. Paint shell as well. Something and that operator are gonna have to be, I don't know, praying for a connection. It's not working. As Mind Freak now overwhelmed, outnumbered, and put down. Let's slow this down here, Josh, because that's 4 standing again. They're handling this well, and they could potentially get an operator if they fancy it. Looks like they don't.
Right as I write down about the difference between G2 and FUT is that G2's teamwork looked so good, and FUT, it wasn't there before, and that was one of the things. They couldn't convert a lot of these rounds, these situations where they had the man advantage. But here, again, I was thinking, okay, what's happening? Mr. Fallen's still in, but the rest of the teammates have backed Alpha into spawn. What's going on? They need to be on the same page. But, I mean, they just won with 4 alive.
Yeah, this is a really good look for FUT. PACIFIC on the Guardians, Sheriffs. You heard it.
CNED down mid. They love this play.
They certainly do. It's something we've kind of had in our minds a couple of times throughout regular season over in EMEA. Doesn't find the value he wants.
They have the whole map basically under the control. The only thing that's really weak is that B main area, but it's going to be hard to break into that with just Sheriff, Stingers, and a Guardian.
But can they find CNED? Krax is trying to keep him secure, helping him on the cross towards...
Okay, that's a start.
What a shot! Oh, dearie me! This could be a tragedy in the making. Yeah, the weapons are a little bit deep, but they could be definitely recovered. So that's some huge upgrades. Massive for Forsaken. And he's got his ult. You've got the res with Devi. You've got so much to play with here. The only weapon they couldn't recover, I think, is the one by the market door, so yeah, you'll be chuffed with that.
Still a Rolling Thunder and a res available.
Massive. And it's just a constant reminder of, you know, you've got to respect PACIFIC for the mechanical capability at the bare minimum. Straight on in, Mr. Fallen going to find one on the cross. Right, that's Forsaken gone down, but then the res. We noted it earlier, it's in play. Looking at the flank though, Jay, the timing, I think it's being considered. Yeah, already Devi's got eyes on it. Banging shot from Devi. Gets himself a nice little upgrade as well. Oh, they are loving this. You're going to need heroics from Mr. Fallen now. The captain, no shot at that, PRX. You are never safe against this side. A cold, quick reminder of it. Mr. Fallen going to have to face the music here. Can he take it on with him? Just 1, 4 alive on the other side. Yeah, the res got used, but now they got fish off. They got all the upgrades. They've got to be smiling about that.
When I'm sitting here talking about this game right now, everything's on FUT. FUT needs to do this. Jay needs to do this. CNET needs to do this. The reason why I'm saying that is because PRX are probably the favorites here. They have that teamwork. They know how to just move in together. They're so deadly. I don't know if FUT had any chance to even react to the first 3 of those deaths, just instantly taken out. It is definitely on FUT to be able to set a precedent in this game, and if they can't do it, PRX is going to run over them.
Early fish ult. Oh, they exchanged. But it's seen it find something. So very early damage from that. Looking for more. But going to take all the space, want the ult back.
Into B site they go, though. PRX. We get that spike planted at FUT. Don't care so much about this, though. They do that defensive smoke. They're able to play out that spam battle. But this Rolling Thunder coming in late from Forsaken through market, I believe, is what's going to happen towards the end of this round.
Yeah, can they clear sight? Yeah, so they're all going to come back around and clear.
He's going to go around the world. Oh, my.
Should just clear towards Pillar, so now they can focus the rolling. Oh, my God,
This
the flank on the flank.
huge.
Hold on, the flank on the flank. Devi's going to find CNET. Wait, Devi's still trying to brawl this out. And now Forsaken getting closer step by step, but time is dwindling. It's ticking. Here comes the ult from Forsaken. They have no idea about this. And suddenly, dazed and confused, it's all topsy-turvy. And it's PRX again. Perfection with 3 standing. I'm so impressed with them so far, Josh.
That was a great read. They set that up so early into the round, and it's another round where FUT has that opening advantage. CNET getting that kill onto something, and then being able to keep that. It's not like they got instantly traded. Forsaken, though, just waiting in that tiles area, waiting for all the defenders to come out. They know, okay, defensive smoke comes into play. You send that wingman onto the spike for the defuse. Everyone's going to start putting the pressure onto main, not allowing any space to breathe. Forsaken's the backlines with the Rolling Thunder.
And now the earnest is on FUT to do the same thing back to PRX that they did to them earlier on. A hero rifle with cracks, a couple of sheriffs and a stinger.
If there's a round to do it, though, it's FUT on sheriffs. This is, I've seen it time and time again.
You're right.
I'm not going to talk about it any more than this. I don't want to jinx anything. It's just...
It has happened.
It's happened. It'd be a deja vu.
Would be, but very good work from our captain. Oh my God, and a headshot too. Okay, and now Krax is here. The hero's made his way towards the site with that rifle. And maybe the curse can be activated with just the slightest of references. No, it's all on you. It's crazy you hate them like this. But yeah, Forsaken and Mind Freak. Yeah, it's not impossible. None of the weapons got really recovered here. That's going to force them into an uncomfortable position. Mind Freak rewarded towards Krax. A little TP, but 32 HP. Clearing through, though. That's going to be a good couple of kills. 3 already for him. Eyeing up his 4th, and it's all on Mind Freak now.
Ultimate.
30 seconds TP. He'll send him scattering. And he commits. Camera's still there.
Missed, though.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Going to get the plant. Where does he reposition? They are both low HP. 20 on Jay, 11 on Mr. Fallen, but he's not sitting great himself, 32.
Grouping up from FUT. I like this. I didn't like how they were splitting up.
But now they have to make their choice.
They just have to bait. Mr. Fallen's 11 HP. Jay's 20. Who do you send in first?
It's a bit of a Sophie's choice, isn't it? Refreshing the one way. No, gonna commit for a closer smoke here. Wait inside it. Hold his breath and see if he notes a player slipping on through. Time starting to dwindle. They gotta get a move on here. Stun comes in. He's gonna know where it's come from. Oh, Jay! Just hitting towards him in that smoke. They find it. The time, not close enough to be a problem. Diffuse is there, and they do it right back to him. Josh, I can't believe you brought this into effect.
I've seen it happen too many times.
Yeah.
I've seen it be able to be what FUT needs to get their foot in the door. I've said this line before, everything's deja vu, and they are a momentum-based team. So getting around like this, it's this next round after it. If they're able to pick up this next round, then they start running away with round after round after round. And nothing sets you up a little bit nice like that, except for that Stinger lineup, right?
Yeah.
At elbow, that set up the entire pace of everything.
Look, EMEA using Stingers, I get nervous. If it's an NA player,
Sure,
I'm like,
yeah.
easy. That's probably 3. But finding both was incredibly impressive. Had a captain doing very well there. Again, he was one of the main players on that site. I think it was a very late rotate or a later positioning from Krax to come back over. He was kind of soloing deeper towards elbow. So for him to find both, very impressive. FUT going to pump the brakes, so this is their timeout. And I think you were right in highlighting the value of that round then has to be kind of reciprocated going forward. It can't just end at that one-off. Can they string this together? Has there been enough seen? Already you can see guys, they're really going through it, having a chat with the boys. Very animated as a coach as well. We kind of have this on both sides as well for Alex too. So this will be quite a fun one.
Imagine calling a timeout after you win a round.
I mean, it's a very FUT-esque thing, isn't it? Right? It just kind of like highlights what they need to do going forward, because I still think, apart from that round, it was 2 back-to-back for PRX.
Yes.
Right? These were very good, strung together rounds, clean enough. They had a good grip on the game.
We've been here before, though. I can vividly remember just line by line talking about how FUT was in so much control, and then when they played it slow and forced the other team to play their game, they were chilling, but then, you know, they get that lead, and then they start going CNED down mid, CNED push B main, they start losing the rounds. Have they learned from all those mistakes in that second stage of the EMEA split? Have they fixed those things? Because that's where they need to pull it out and make no more mistakes.
Right, it looks like a stun and gun here already. Mr. Fox, they're going quite deep on this. Wait, and look at CNED
down mid.
His positioning is everything. Teed up. Oh, denied! Something. It's gone. They've got to get away. This has all gone wrong. FUT are going to be scrambling on this one. You did not expect that shot to deny CNED. Left them just condemned in middle, and now they get an early man advantage, still above a minute, with so much util invested. Cosmetic stuns everywhere.
I mean, what did I just say, though?
I know.
And the saving grace here, though, is this is one of the rounds that FUT could actually win just because Yedajay is the player to defend a site right now. He's got his trips up. Not if this happens, though. Oh, there you go. Okay, that's an inch into the round. Op still up for Devi, but a 3 versus 3.
It's Devi on the operator as well. Keeping control of the back lines, allowing the 2 players still towards site to focus on CT and maybe that swing back in from short. Krax and Yedajay getting a step closer. Still got Wingman and Mosh.
Showstopper, maybe?
Oh, there we go. First and second spotted. Timing, actually, hold on, not clean for Jing. And the slow eventual creep from Devi, but they are there in time. Working in unison, PRX right back to it. And you're right, you've kind of given me the nostalgia of what we were disliking about FUT at times when they overdid things. We got a little too aggressive when they played into it, and PRX looked very ready for that. Or, well, I say ready or not, it doesn't seem to matter because something hit that shot, and that was it.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, when that happens, it's kind of sad. It's, well, what can you do about it? It was a good play. That's what you are kind of thinking in your mind. But was it actually a good play? They called that timeout after they won on an eco round with those sheriffs. But now look at their economy. Was it really worth it? Sure, if you win that round, you can get another round under the belt. But if you lose it, this is the situation you put yourself in. Maybe that's what they need, though. 3 sheriffs and a stinger. I've seen this before. And it's Krax as well is going to be the first point of contact. I saw him with this sheriff.
Oh, that paranoia. Hold on, wait a second. It catches only 1. Krax still alive. Jing sent the rocket, but it didn't work out. It's Forsaken out. The captain once again with a stinger. Running and gunning and finding a body. Jing goes down and an upgrade gets found for CNED. Suddenly a 4v4, and they're surrounded on the site. Devi's got a lot of work on his shoulders, a lot of pressure there to make sure they don't get... That wasn't clean, but it's fine in the end. Mindfreak gonna find some security towards CT, focusing everyone back towards those other areas that could pose problems.
That elbow wall.
I feel like they might have done enough here. We'll see what Yedajay, CNED, and Nada Captain can do, but the position's already looking very secured. Forsaken just has to keep the flank safe, which he's going to be doing behind that wall, leaving the rest of PRX to focus on securing the site. The smoke goes up. Almost a pixel spotted above Mind Freak, good for one, and a second. He's doing well this round. Oh! What is that? And now a 1v1. No problem. Time is against him, though. He knows it. He's heard the run. All of that for nothing turns into just tears in the rain for Yedajay. Another round for PACIFIC here. And FUT, I mean, they got close that time, Josh, but close is not good enough now.
Close isn't good enough. They're trailing by 3 rounds right now on their defense side. Yes, they get to finally get an opt-out. Round 10, they have a couple of ultimates to work with, but FUT, they can't make these mistakes. They need to convert these man advantages they get, and PRX is doing such a good job. They don't even have a Sentinel really, like, yeah, sure, they've got the Sage, but it's that wall that's being used to prevent flanks right now, and FUT's trying to go for these flanks. Yeah. It's just not working with that wall up.
PRX starting off with a look towards middle.
Extremity control for FUT, but PRX stole all of middle in the process.
Yeah. Finally get to see CNED with that operator, though, something that we were kind of holding to high standard. He didn't have a good game before, and another miss. But he's trying to maybe play in Yedajay, but they seem a little paranoid about it, a little bit worried about this. Does he get cleared? You better hope he does. That Dizzy doesn't find him, and he gets let loose! He thought last round was good. This one's just as impactful. 3 back-to-back.
Good flick.
Okay, did you miss the easy one, but you hit that, dude?
30 degree.
Apparently so. Something now in a 1v4. And you're seeing a real heat up here from Yedajay. You're seeing CNED starting to snap to attention. Something, this is very, very difficult for him. None of the util to bank on, so it is just the gun in hand, really. Making it costly may not really be his paramount focus. 6-3.
30 seconds left.
Looking like 4, quite likely for FUT. As they go towards market. Nice from something. And yeah, you put him on red alert suddenly. Not so confident. They backpedal away. 19 seconds, though. He hasn't got a lot of time to try and add doubts in their mind.
Do they use Thrash for this, though?
That's the question of respect. How much does it make him nervous? He's cleared
10
CT,
seconds left.
But he doesn't really have time for this. A bare minimum, Ada Captain can just wait. Yeah, ran too low on time. Give him maybe 20, 30 more seconds. Something could have happened. It wasn't to be. But Yedajay, what a start there for him.
This is the 2 things we highlighted for FUT before the game started. Yedajay, defense. CNED will hit op shots. He missed the first one, made us start guessing, but then hits the second, which is a big flick. This play, the bait setup, the teamwork coming in for FUT. That was a question I had in the back of my mind. Is FUT going to display anything even remotely close to the teamwork that G2 displayed when they played against PRX? And if FUT's able to replicate this type of bait and switch setups, then they have a really good chance here. PRX down to Bulldog, Sheriff, just everything. Whatever they can afford. And a fast opening towards B.
Yeah, Jing's right on in there. Stinger ready, locked and loaded. Plant's going to be coming through as well. That's secure. He wants in. He wants Yedajay, but Yedajay's been the man so far, but flashed up, he couldn't connect it. He couldn't gap close, and they're keeping each other secure. Some nice crossfires, some nice setups here. The fish denied. Ouch, that's upsetting. Oh, okay, more of that. Give me a couple more of those, and we're getting back on. But already, CNED just going to...
Okay.
Okay. All right, a rocket or a pistol. It seems the pistol's better. Free gun, etc., etc. Mind Freak 1v4. Okay, not bad. Need 3 more of those, though, and time's starting to tick here, and the smoke was going to fade. Nice try. 3 still stand. They made it a little bit dangerous. Got a little bit dicey, but it was fine in the end.
We are now getting to the stage in the game. FUT did not get the pistol round. It's 5-6 already. If FUT tie this up 6-6, now I might have to switch the whole focus of everything, start leaning on what does PRX need to do differently to break FUT. I do think when FUT gets onto their attack side in that second half and they get to set the tone, what does PRX have? Really, they don't have that Sentinel ability. They have that Sage Wall, but the pacing that FUT like to employ on that attack side is going to be really slow. So this last round is so important. Rez on the board, Thrash on the board for the attack, 1 off Rolling Thunder as well. This needs to be a one round for PRX here. They need the 7th round.
Similar beginnings. A little bit of a switch up. CNED committed over towards that A side. Going to take a lot of space from this Jing. Seems to be considering it, or at least doing his diligent look back, but this is a lot of space. That's a lot of space. Look at the freedom it's given the other players.
No trips. That enables CNED to take all this space right now. Took the extremities, denied that Rolling Thunder for Forsaken. So now they have to decide, are we going to go for the A orb, or are we going to go for the B orb? We're going to go for no orbs. Here comes the Thrash through market. The stun on Mr. Fallen.
Gonna be held in some trouble here. Fortunately for him, Fish goes the wrong way and Jing goes in towards the side. So they have the players in the right place. The wall's gonna slow down the rotation, but a catch on the cross. Mind Freak gives it right back to them with 2 big picks for himself. Plants there, Rez comes in. Paranoia comes through. Rolling Thunder as well. It's gonna get chaotic here. Jing, though, leans forward, tries to lean ahead and gets denied by CNED. A 2v4, though. Are we gonna get a masterclass from this man? Maybe we will, but it's all on him now. In a 1v3, he's carved out the first 2. Oh, nice try. But still, PACIFIC on the half are gonna hold the advantage here. 7-5. The question I'll be asking you when we come back from the break is, will it be enough? A good performance from both sides. FUT coming out swinging, PACIFIC still in the lead. But this series is far from over. Five to 7.5. A close affair between these two. The desk were worried seeing this map coming out for FUT. I mean, historically, PACIFIC have a very good record here. The veto looks strong for them. But a solid performance from FUT. But Josh, is this enough? 5 rounds. We were talking about, you know, what those markers are, what those kind of KPIs were going to be, those win conditions. Is this a good enough performance in your mind from them thus far?
If FUT is able to go 1-1 for Pistols here, tie this game up 7-7, we are going the distance on this map. There's no doubt about it. They love these just pace changes, these contact rounds, but the Sage Wall is the only real wall that they have to get past, and they can wait it out. They love to wait it out. And already, finding out the lane of least resistance by accident, contacting all the way through A here, it's going to be pretty much an open site. It's going to be a 5 versus 5 retake potentially, and it all comes down to how does PRX use those abilities. The slows, the wall, the stun, they have really good lockdown abilities. FUT needs to get into great post-plant positions, get those crossfires going, and don't allow PRX to even set up those utilities. Here comes the attack. Once they get that smoke off of, I mean, they have the smokes, they have the Gecko Flash, they have the stun. They're ready to just lock and load here. Maybe waiting for Yettajega to get a little bit closer, but here it comes.
Yeah, that Dizzy is doing work from afar. Note even something that far away. Yeah.
Olympics.
That's wild. But still, we do have, shot from something. Okay. He was the closest player to this, but he was already sitting very, very deep. And it is going to be on that retake now. We're looking at the damage. CNED was on to cop that headshot down to 22. And here comes all the util scramble! Something has to play it forward, the rest play it back. He's now a little bit isolated from the others, but they're back fighting together. And here comes all the chaos. CNED on one, Mind Freak on the trade. A little bit of pressure from Yettajega, but still it's on the side that they're struggling. FUT holding it down, and they just crumble. FUT did so well then, made it just a blender to come back through.
FUT understood the assignment. They knew this is what's going to happen. Slow's going to come in with a one-way smoke, lock out Yetterjay from that A link, and then they're going to be able to just come in and just converge on the site. The counter utility was perfect. Traded out, and just nobody could advance from PRX. They were stunned. They were paranoid. They could not progress. And then they went into that blender. The Sage Wall goes down. There's just crossfires from elbow, from sight, from A link. Nothing they could do. Great start for FUT.
Especially after having so many issues on their pistols previous. Whoa. Such audacious tries. I mean, and you may as well. You've got Sheriffs and Frenzies. Certainly not the worst idea in the world to try and make something happen, but they don't get the reward they wanted. So PACIFIC will be left trailing over towards the A side. Maybe they can catch a player, but you're looking at really... I mean, they can lose two. Mr. Fallen out of captain.
As well.
There. You want to keep Cracks up, CNED up, and obviously Yetterjay with that Outlaw. So he is a little bit vulnerable here, Yetterjay.
Planted.
He's still good for 2.
Steps. Yeah, absolutely did. And he's a bit of a nasty player with this weapon. We've seen it during regular play in EMEA. And he's read it. He heard the steps earlier. Yeah. Oh. Thought he was on for another there. Not to beat. Jin going to get himself an Outlaw.
No switch.
And the rest of it can be very hard to break through. You've got a lot of distance to cover with those, well, classics and now an Outlaw. So, yeah, not much more probably to be seen here. Again, they can afford to lose one more player. You don't want much more than that. And again, the loss of the Outlaw, it's not the end of the world, but still, they keep the Vandal and the Bulldog, which was the main part of the puzzle.
7-7 will be the scoreline. This is kind of where we were looking to see if FUT's able to get into this position. When do we start talking about what PRX needs to do in order to take FUT down? Everything has been so far on what does FUT need to do to get into the game, to get that lead, to be able to say to PRX, hey, we're not going to let you have your way. And right now, the first 2 opening rounds for FUT have been kind of quick towards A, and it's not been met with like super hard resistance from PRX. It's now, I'm kind of wondering, does FUT kind of slow it down a little bit, feel out the rounds a little bit, find out what that setup is, where that Sage Wall's going, or are they going to keep going quick?
It's their canvas. How do they paint it? A couple of options to begin with and a good start. The bonus looking relatively healthy. There he is again, making a name for himself, finding Divide. And that's a big gap now in the defending side. You've got 3 players very isolated towards A. It puts it all on the shoulders of Mindfreak, and the Dizzy's going to find him. He's surely screwed here, and he is. Cleaned out, CNED's caught him. And the site's open. They're going to double check with the ult, but they've got what they want here. They couldn't ask for a better beginning.
Just save if you're PRX right now.
Surely.
Save the weapons into the next round, because right now, CNED, he's looking for blood, and he's going to get it.
Yeah, drawing more than just 1. He's going to find 2 kills in this round, and he's secured the entirety of CT. If they were considering saving before, now it's a must. You got something, and Jinx wanted to keep the weapons that they have. And I think this is the turning point, Josh. You were discussing when do we start looking at it from what does PACIFIC need to do. This is now that moment. Losing out on a bonus kind of in this situation isn't what you want to be seeing. It was a healthy purchase for FUT, to be fair. It was a very strong bonus. But still, that first gun round can really kind of set you up for the rest of the series, or at least in the map. So from PACIFIC's perspective here, as they try to keep these weapons in hand, they might get a bit of a challenge. So we'll keep that kind of ticking over. But in your mind, that's a loss there. Yeah, something. Better try and keep hold of that Vandal as tightly as he can. What does PACIFIC now need to do? This has become a bit of a critical situation. Do we see a timeout potentially? I can imagine that's probably on the board here. But in your mind, what would you like to see the adjustments be?
If not this round coming up, then the next round, PRX is probably going to take that timeout, talk about what they need to do. FUT really only have 2 main openings they do. They do the 2-1-2 split like we just saw in this round, where CNED as Raze and Cracks as Gecko kind of work towards that B main area, push it back, maybe deal with whatever trips are there, steal the orb if it's free, and then they have Ada Captain sitting with Mr. Fallen towards that A side and kind of locking down that orb, listening for the info, being able to pivot and react whenever they need to. It's on PRX right now. In my opinion, they need to just stay calm. Can't let that happen. Can't let the emotions get to them.
Don't worry about Alex. He's
let FUT get to a point where they kind of start making mistakes.
Which they do.
They do.
They get very hungry to try and get information, take map space. There is a lot of that we've seen, especially in EMEA, and they've been punished for it.
They've been punished time and time again. PRX, if they're able to start punishing FUT when FUT starts making these overextensions, that's when the momentum's going to break, and that's when PRX is going to start getting the rounds back into their pockets. Right now, it's going to be difficult to get to that point. The stylistic matchup in terms of how the teams like to approach the game, and then also when we look at the agents on the teams, I don't know how many reps they have against a style that FUT's doing with this agent composition, and they're running a composition that doesn't have Cypher. You don't have those cameras, you don't have those tripwires. It's going to be very difficult to actually defend a lot of situations, and it comes down to how you're going to play your retakes. And PRX is a team that likes to be very proactive, but when you're against this 2-1-2, very flexible start with the ability to pivot, and then you have Yedajay that's closing these rounds out, it's so hard. You have to thread the needle.
And the problem is they're going to come back in with a shaky purchase. Now, it's one of those where you feel that if Jing's in the right place, there's a real chance that he's going to commit on the angle, but the paranoia are going to dissuade him from continuing down that avenue. So a little bit of an exchange of util, and they're doubling down. They really want to try and play Jing in. He's fallen here. An attempt made, but it doesn't work out. And the rest do have sheriffs, but he was the one with the Vandal. He was the one to try and shoulder all that responsibility. And FUT happy to take this. I'll just stand there and go, okay, but at least they're going to pick up that Vandal, take it back through. But already man advantage, above a minute. This isn't how PaperX would have liked to have started this round.
The A-Link players were walking, but the other players in that CT spawn were running. I wonder if Yedajay heard all that information, places that pressure towards market, towards mid with that smoke, and now they come back out towards A, 5 versus 4. They spotted heavy defense by PRX. PRX thought, hey, they're going to go back to B. Guess what? FUT, they played it right. They like to let the round simmer in those mid rounds. They get onto a free site, 5 versus 4. They've got the weapons. And depending on who gets these last kills, it's definitely going to be CNED looking for them to get closer to that showstopper for the next round, just to spiral, snowball with that momentum.
Spot on, 2 away for CNED. So already, they'll be chomping at the bit for that, and PaperX are at the door, knocking. But with those sheriffs, you're looking at something to be the instigator, the main man.
It's paranoia as well needs to be huge for Mindfreak.
But the utility's still in play. You still got a Dizzy there for cracks as well. There it is, sent through. Does it catch something? No, but CNED considering it. Try to go for it, denied.
Opening.
Good follow-up, hold on. Out of time, it's getting too late in the day. Those shots were fantastic. A valiant attempt, but you've got to feel the time just not on their side, and eventually that final line swings in, and FUT, they'll go down with the ship, but that's fine. 9 rounds for them, and this is the round you got to hope PaperX were trying to prepare for.
Made it expensive for FUT, but FUT has lots of money. They also denied Cena the ability to get that showstopper. He needs to get an ultimate orb or a kill now if he wants to be able to use it on this round. But both teams so very close to multiple ultimates coming online. This could be a very easy comeback for PRX to swing it back in their favor. It's not going to be, I mean, I just say that it's going to be easy. They need to break FUT's money, and they have probably 2 more buys in a row. If PRX ties it up 9-9, it's still another gun round.
It's getting to those linchpin rounds, though, isn't it? It's really starting to see the full weight of it. Early exchange again over towards A main. Something hopefully not becoming readable here. No, noted at least by the cam. He's going to take down, send Wingman in to clear the angle, allow Forsaken to try and play with this a touch, but got to be careful. Knife's edge. And doubling up towards elbow. Okay, a little bit of a setup here.
Firing squad.
Yeah, both of them trying to play off each other, but deciding against it and opting to slip back a little bit deeper. They're having to rescind, give up some of this.
Jing's down mid. This timing on Yedajay is everything in this round.
Huge. Oh, the step heard and a man found. And now they speed up towards the side. CNED gonna just burst on in.
He's going.
Yeah, he's gonna go as far as he can. He might catch it. Whoa, I got scared there. Easy, Tiger. All good in the end. Gonna post it, he's secured them the site, but man up for PaperX.
Good flash timing, maybe.
This could be nice. The timing on this is now going to get awkward. No, he can't get away from it. Mindfreak going to catch out a captain in the heels. CNED now puts his life on the line, going to try and swing through, catches Jin. Oh, the flash could have been perfect, but no. PaperX still fighting forward. It's 2 left alive on the other side for FUT. Cracks is 1. Oh, and then Crossfire kicks into play. Cracks looks back to the left. They know where these 2 players are now. Wingman sent, they try and look towards the right side, finding Divine, but they can't take him down. Time starting to tick. If it's to fall in down so low, wall goes up. He's desperate trying to break it. He doesn't have the bullets left in the mag. breaks the wall, but he can't take the player off. Oh, down to the wire, but they live. PACIFIC still in this series, claiming their first in the second half.
2 more times PRX needs to do this to be able to break FUT. They'll tie it up with 1, but here Yeduje getting caught in that back, that search from Jing down middle, wrapping that tiles area. This first kill opened this round up for PRX, and I don't think FUT is going to allow this to happen again. They're either going to go back to their 2-on-2 openings and just really make sure that they don't leave any gaps unattended, or Yeduje is going to change up how he approaches those lurks. He's going to change up how he gets either inserted, but here, I mean, Jing's just going straight in. Why not?
I mean, oh!
They heard the wall. They know something's up.
Look at them looking around,
They're
paranoid, worried, nervous. Yeah, he's backed away.
Showstopper off the back of it at the very least. Silver linings.
Sick. That's the most PACIFIC thing. I love to see it. Brings you back to almost like those Pearl days, those situations. And I love the fact they tried to throw that in. In round 18, they've gone, screw it, let's run that. Let's see what we can do. Throw was it a spanner in the wrench from GB?
Something like that. They were trying to figure out that old chestnut, or I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
But right back into B main, FUT goes. They realize, hey, that's no Sage wall. That's no retake wall. Yeduje spots him as well. He's going to live. He's got that op as well. Normally we see that on CNET.
I saw timing on the slow, though. Wow, the trade. Yeah, Forsaken goes down, but it's 1-for-1. You still have the fish ult with something. You still got Jing with his ult as well. It's all about timing now. Once he decides to go, that's a player spotted. Bye-bye, CNED. Just left eviscerated. Spike loose on the site, and they try and backfill the space. Look at Devi's positioning, taking all of that real estate away. This is lovely. They stalled them out here, 20 seconds. Back to the wall, Valorant for FUT, and they don't have other options. They're trying to drift out of Captain away, but it feels like this round's a loss. Keep the rifles, keep the weapons. You're getting nothing more. What a fantastic start from PACIFIC in that round. I love that. Getting creative in these moments.
That was a good time to use it as well. The op recovered out of Captain once they lost those 2 players, 3 versus 5, whatever the situation was. Okay, I'm going to go 3 versus 4. Yeah, 20 seconds left. I'm going to go get that op, guys. Try to stay alive. They lost another player in the process, but 9-9. We're seeing an op up on the attack side here. The Rolling Thunder is activated. We're going to see a res, and Forsaken's 2 off his Rolling Thunder. So FUT, call that timeout. They need to talk about what's going on. They had that free birth of a few rounds, but now Yeduje is the first to take first contact on a couple of these rounds. Proactivity from PRX, moving around the map, trying to find out where they can find any sort of openings right now. FUT need to be better at dealing with that.
Yeah.
Almost caught by the Sage Wall, that boost up in B main, but finally caught at middle. Right now, it's on any...
It's anyone's game.
It's anyone's game.
Yeah, this is the turning point.
Yep.
The timeout obviously going to be from FUT side, but it does mean that both sides can check in. So it's not like it's just going to be a one-man show, but yeah, this is what we wanted from this series. I think a lot of us saw a really close game between these two. This map was a little scary because of the record. You look historically how good PACIFIC have been, and FUT recently, as of late, it hasn't been their best. It's still been a good map, but they've been playing specialists. You look at Heretics, you're looking at some of the teams out in EMEA who've been very solid at this. They suffered losses to them, fair enough, but still, pound for pound, it was a scary, scary map to start on. We're starting to see the fight back from PACIFIC, so the gap is now closed. What does FUT have to show us? Do they have something up their sleeve? A little one-off round, maybe a little set piece to run us? They've got to buy here, but that money's starting to run low now, Josh.
I do wonder if off the back of that timeout from FUT, does PRX do something a little bit different? Do they go aggressive again? They've been finding those openings, or do they try to do something different, a little bit slower, let FUT make the first play?
Yeah, there's been a hail of bullets over towards this side. Both normally willing to really scrap for this space, but look how far they're searching.
That's Forsaken getting his orb. He's 1 off. That's 1 kill away from his Rolling Thunder. Would be huge.
Right there.
But Devi and Mindfreak have to be so on the money. They cannot drop the ball here.
The whole plan from PRX right now, let FUT take that site. Let them get that spike planted. The flank's going to come into play.
Lovely slow. The timing on this is great. It's just buying time.
Yep.
Look at the flank. the pack of players, the three of them searching, but you still need to see the two in CT stay safe. Yenergy is going to take down Jing. They now know about the flank. They know what's coming their way, and this is a battle on two fronts. Firstly, starting in market, Mr. Fallen in the way. Trade off of utility, and in we go. Something takes the first couple of steps forward. They're denied in CT for now. A little bit of an exchange of space there as well. The ult going to secure CT for FUT. They're going to make sure they've got time, or at least maybe a little bit of safety to play into, because market is no longer theirs. PACIFIC need to start taking that space back here.
They don't know where to do it from, though.
And the first real blood drawn is traded out instantly. Here comes the pressure, and a captain trying to survive takes away Devi. A 2v3, and they're falling like flies. FUT finds stability in an incredibly chaotic moment there. Pressure through market, pressure on CT. A little bit of everything thrown into the mix there, but it didn't work out for PACIFIC with that hunting squad going through.
This is the last chance for PACIFIC to be able to get this round, stop the bleeding, and stop the advancement from FUT here. Right now, it's looking like FUT's going to pick up this first map, and we're going to be looking at Bind, where PRX needs to close that out if they want to see a third map, because right now, FUT is in full control. They have that op still out, and PRX, they're kind of running out of ideas at the moment. FUT doing such a good job with the teamwork, with the pacing, and they're closing out the rounds. These are things that they weren't able to do against EDG.
Forsaken. You're living such a... Oh! Just keep going! Keep going! I don't even care. I know it's an overheat, but keep going. And they're pressuring everything. It's a PACIFIC round, right? We're down. We're, you know, feeling the pressure. Back to all. Run at them. Hit 2 shots with the Sheriff. Why not? It works.
That body's not resable, though. It's going to be a 4-3 in the favor of PRX. Guns up for everyone. Everyone's on a Vandal.
Yes.
But stun for Mr. Fallen as well.
Okay, so the back lines are still secured. They still have the Cypher up in the form of Yenergy, who's been monstrous, keep in mind.
Slow smoke for elbow, all that fun stuff.
They can buy time here. And they're going to look to focus towards elbow. CT is where it looks like PACIFIC are trying to mount the retake from. Already Yenergy turns, right place, right time with the shot. Eventually comes through from cracks. No trade on this. No next layer of pressure. Sits towards the box, and the time starts to dwindle. Jing goes down. These are individual attempts. Where's the swing off the back? Devi now comes around. Too late in the day. As Mindfreak in a 1v3, running out of time, running out of chances. A nice attempt, but it was too little too late. FUT again, up to 11 here. A valiant attempt from PACIFIC, but not enough.
Not enough indeed. That is the last time out going to be burned from PACIFIC. They need to be able to pull something out right now. They need to pull a rabbit out of a hat.
A little bit of that PACIFIC magic.
Yeah. They do have that res, so aggression is still on the table. But what right now, I'm looking at how FUT is closing out these rounds. They were down a player. They got that hat info. They got into A. I love how they're dealing with these retakes from PACIFIC. They're moving together. First, okay, we're going to push back A-Link. We use the wingman to clear out the close. We use the mosh, create a little bit of buffer space for us. Now, as soon as we do that, we pivot back and we start fighting spawn. And we fight from elbow, we fight from sight, and we get that crossfire. And once they did those moves together in tandem, that's when I knew this is the FUT that we know of. This is the FUT that got here. Yeah, yes. This is the FUT that they can be. This is the FUT that got them here in the first place. And this is the FUT that is scary to play against. PACIFIC, I mean, it's a best of 3 for a reason. Sunset is one of the better maps. The Desk was pointing it out. 15-3 on this map, 7-map, win streak. Is this the break to it? But this is also no joke from FUT. They're picking this map for a reason. It's one of their stronger maps.
They're really hitting their peak at the right time, it looks like. They've kind of come into this. The second half has been formidable from FUT. Honestly, this has been a very high-class level of game. And I'm going to be honest, you don't get easy games against PACIFIC either. Even in just the smallest factor of mechanically how good they are, you don't get an easy matchup. They're a very hard team to face. But right now, as you highlighted, as we said, FUT have come in firing on all cylinders. Now, PACIFIC still have a small purchase here. It's far from what they'd want. You've got a Guardian Stinger and actually another Guardian as well, and a Sheriff to round it out with something. Res is still in play. You saw how close it got in that last round with those 2 Sheriff shots that gave them that opportunity. But patience being displayed by FUT now.
The 2-1-2 opening. CNED cracks, taking control of B main, sniffing out what the setup is. Yenergy with that deep line. His outlaw in middle. We've seen this time and time again, just controlling those angles, those peaks. I think FUT has a pretty good idea of what the setup is here. That it's going to be a heavy stack towards A with 3 players in the crossfire. That's usually what this sort of setup means if you're passive on B. No real trap potential. No trigger, no camera to set it up on B, and here it is at A. This is the fight.
And so far a trade, not a complete miss from either side.
But that's the smokes down for the attackers. That means that they need to be able to do a split here to end the round. If they go straight up through a main, it's going to be deadly for them. Rez, not going to be in play.
No, but it's going to be the fish shot that could be a big difference maker as well. They can at least clear out the site, allow them some safety for the cross, but they've got to follow it up and feel brave to do so. CNED, the one to feel bold enough. Oh, the timing on taking out the pain shell. He's going to do okay. He's going to try and secure CT. The one-man army so far, allowing that plant to come in and keeping down the numbers for PAPERX.
That one's Resable. FUT need to stay ahead of this. They can't fall back into B main here. The wall is still in play. The res is still in play. Is this the undoing of them?
It could be. Do they get punished on it? Divide. Waiting for this time.
Stun as well for Forsaken.
Yeah, there's the wall, there's Wingman. What do they have? Oh, it's so good. This is great,
Under the nose.
This is the lifeline. This is the thing that could save them here. PAPERX still alive, still kicking. And a mistake from FUT when it mattered most.
These are things that we've highlighted. FUT making mistakes we talked about. We said how good they've been doing in these post plans, about converting these rounds, about how this is the FUT that we came to expect, the one that got here in the first place. And then what do? Right after we say that, they fall back into B main. They know all these things are on the board in play. They have the Wingman for the defuse. They have that wall to defuse behind. They have the stuns up.
Hell, they had the res.
They had the res. They had all these things. I thought for sure FUT's going to stay up ahead like they did it on A.
Jing
down
is
middle,
flying
Jing.
down the map. Dizzy Sen, they've got no idea. And Jing just causing headaches. This man is just mad. And he's got backup too. It's not an individual effort. There were others with him. You had Forsaken coming down as well. Devi with that operator. The cross going to be hard again. Out of captain. Now removed. Means they don't have those smokes here. They don't have that ult with cracks to try and get them on the site. Is this the point where FUT falter? Looking to re-explore towards middle, maybe try and find a pick. Looking at the space, Yedajay is trying to carve away on the A site, already exploring up towards elbow. But the quiet, the peace and quiet is going to be so loud in the minds of PAPERX. Where have they gone? What are they doing?
One of these orbs is either going to go onto the breach or onto the raise if the A orb's still there, but it doesn't seem like it is. It's all on. Yedajay needs to live. He needs to close this round out for the team. Let the other guys go first here. CNED in.
Mind Freak, does he live? Takes the TP out, spotted in the end, but it looks like you're gonna see that plant coming in a second. Cautious steps being made in a pre-take by PAPERX. They're already starting to come on in. Forsaken goes head first, but it's Mr. Fallen to find it. PAPERX putting up numbers. Mr. Fallen and Cracks, though, still alive in a 2v3. 25 seconds of the plant just to be considered now. Divide with the operator and the res. Two rifles with the others.
What, the timing?
All
look behind you.
CT. Mind Freak slips ahead. They annoy. Oh, it's so clean. PAPERX never down, never out. Back up in an even affair here.
11-11.
Do it.
They've already made their wish.
They have.
They've already made it.
You're right. Oh.
This is the FUT. PRX, they're going to steal this away from them right under their nose, and it comes back to that round on an eco or like some low economy buy. FUT kicking themselves again. We've seen it before. No more timeouts. No more chances for mistakes. Right here, next team to win a round secures overtime.
But I've seen PAPERX before. I've seen FUT before. Both of these teams have known the highs and lows, how bittersweet it can taste. And already they are so close in this. This is not
firing squad at middle.
Oh my god, oh my god. Oh!
See, that's showstopper too.
That's so cruel. CNED left in pieces. They didn't see it coming. And a quick approach through market, the wall goes in. You don't get anywhere fast here. Just icing them out of the round, and PAPERX starting to come alive here, but I'm scared though. It's still not over. FUT can still be dangerous, but Divide doesn't care. He's feeling confident. He's got Forsaken, he's got Mind Freak, he's got them all!
That's it.
They made it to 12! PAPERX finally getting back in the lead here, and FUT held on 11.
They waited patiently for FUT to make that mistake, to slip up, and once that happened, PRX swung it around. They are in the lead. They've secured that overtime. They're going to steal away FUT's map pick here. Showstopper still available for the attackers. Res still in play, but not even needed. Also, Forsaken's one off his ultimate. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to secure that for him early and use that on a flank if FUT is able to get into a site and get a plant down. But that AWP up for Devi, it's very oppressive right now. But they're like, we're going slow here.
Yeah.
Omen ultimate.
And Yedaje had been deadly up middle, so a lovely little bit of revenge there for PaperX.
It's 2 rounds in a row. PaperX was waiting for this mid. First round it's CNED, this round it's Yedaje. The 2 big hitters for this team. 5 versus 4 again. CNED equalizes.
Back. Here we go, and he's going to take space. If CNED has to step up, take on the mantle of being the big man himself, he will. He's already on 21. He's having a good game. Trying to secure CT to give safety to the plant. The res going to come in. The paint shell goes over. That could be a little scary. Keep an eye. Any of the damage done? No, they're fine. But it looks like a refight. FUT won the brawl. They won the fight himself. And now this is where it gets dangerous. Jane clearing house. He wants this done. He wants map 1. And he might just get it. It's all down to Mr. Fallen. And he can't do enough. PaperX bring this game back from the jaws of death. 13-11. That is the PaperX we were waiting to see, but it took damn long to get there, Josh.
It was so poetic, the ways that we laid it out, everything was making sense, and it happened in the last couple of rounds. PaperX stealing it away.
Go nowhere, Bind is coming up next. This series is an absolute heater.
Red Bull gives you wings.